Welcome back to United Talk TV. FC Astana 2, Manchester United 1. A very youthful side, Brad.
Yeah, Jay, it was very, very young. I don't know what the average age was actually.
22 years old.
I mean, the whole bench was just debutants. So nice to see the future of Manchester coming up. Not really worried about the loss as we're already through. Obviously, I would have loved a win just to see the youth play. And like the first 30 minutes, we were all over them. It was like flip. I was thinking,
Even the first half, we just dominated from
we had
start
like
to end.
75% possession, and I was
So many
expecting
shots.
like a 4-5-0. But yeah, not too phased about the loss. Nice to see what's coming for Manchester United. I see a lot of potential.
From that statement, who impressed you the most from this game on Thursday night?
Jay, I actually really enjoyed that right back, but obviously Ethan led, but he's going to battle obviously with Wan-Bissaka. But it's a great future, I think. And then Gomez stuck out, but he had his shots at first team. Levitt, I'd love to say Levitt.
I think Levitt was the one who impressed me the most.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the right back.
Yeah, Ethan Laird is good. Very attacking. He's got lots of pace. He's good. Chong
still doesn't do it for me. Flip, don't even get me started. That's when the whole team went.
That was
an open goal.
That was an atrocious open goal.
We missed. I think we watched 2 weeks ago or something. Chelsea missed a blinder as well. I think it was. Was it Chelsea?
No, I don't know. Can't remember, but
this is the worst one I've ever seen.
It was terrible.
And it just dropped heads. The whole team just.
They scored from that resulting.
From that, and then
from that resulting
scored an own goal. So.
Yeah, Deshaun Bernard did through an own goal. I don't think we can read too much into it. I'm not too worried about it. I don't think that even if we had won that game 11-0, I don't think we would have been like Ollie's back or anything. So I don't think that result mattered. It was a chance to top the group though if we had won.
Yeah, I think we'd finish in second now for sure.
Well, we're playing AZ Alkmaar, who drew. They scored 2 late goals to draw. But we're still a point ahead of them, so if we draw or win, we'll still top the group, which isn't good because we don't want to face like a Sevilla or like an Inter Milan, like someone dropping from Champions League down. We don't want to be facing one of them, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see a mixture of youth and experienced players. Anyway, we're not gonna. I don't think we need to. Do you want to do some player ratings for that game?
Nah, not a serious game. It's just look on to tomorrow. So
tomorrow I think is a much more important game. And big news about Pogba and Scott McTominy. I think that maybe that story about the 10-day thing could be true, where Pogba be back in 10 days earlier this week when we heard.
But definitely not in tomorrow.
No, he's not. No, I saw he finished up in Miami.
Yeah.
So he's all. I think it is Miami, but he's somewhere in the States. So now he's back.
Just mind games.
He's back in. Back to England now, so that's good. Scott McTominy could feature tomorrow.
That would be awesome.
And I think
we missed him. Like Fred looked lost. So I think Max Sauce would be good to have back.
Number 39 Max Sauce.
That's it.
Order him in, boy. So that's good. Scott McTominay's good. I think Pogba. If I'm Pogba, I'm telling myself, listen here, I want to prove something against Jose on Wednesday night. You know?
No. As much and they never never saw eye to eye, so definitely Pogba wants to. If I was Pogba, you'd say you'd want to play that game. You want to show Jose what you missed out on.
Exactly, and Pogba, especially at the Etihad, also will he be back for that game against Man City, where he scored those 2 great goals 2 seasons ago? Exactly.
Came back and won that game 3-2.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yes. So Pogba with the blue hair, maybe.
That's it. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Go.
Anyway. Let's look into Aston Villa tomorrow, Brad. I don't think anyone who featured on Thursday night is going to start. I don't think we're going to see Lingard or Luke Shaw start.
So, don't even get me started on Lingard. Let's just touch on that a bit on Thursday night. He just scored a goal, not even like he got a deflection. I mean, that was the only way he was actually going to score. Because he nearly scored 2 deflections. I mean, one just went down.
Just over, yes.
So, but once he got the goal, he just thought he was going to score every shot
I think Lingard's 26, 27 now. So he had to be the best outfield player we had, and he was not. He was terrible. I think even Dylan Levitt showed he's better than Lingard.
That's it.
At stages.
He was really irritating me. I mean, happy for him to score a goal in that, but there was just stages where he could have like let the ball off to Greenwood, and he was through, but he flipping took a shot, and
even Gomez for me. I don't want to.
I enjoyed that free kick though.
Yeah, it was a good free kick, but what else did he do besides the free kick?
Exactly.
And now, okay, he played maybe on the wing out of position a little bit. Okay, I still have hope for Gomez. I don't want to criticize the youth too much. Because they literally did play against some men who've won their Kazakhstan league for the 6th year in a row.
Yeah, that's it. So those are internationals.
Those are internationals, exactly. So I don't want to criticize our youth too much. But I think they could have just... Greenwood, he was cutting open those centre backs. Okay, but the ball should have been played a little bit earlier for him,
Yeah.
People just left up there. But anyway.
Let's just touch on tomorrow. And
let's get on tomorrow. Brad, predicted lineup for tomorrow.
Yeah, so obviously we're going to have De Gea back in goals, back Wan-Bissaka. So firstly I'm going to play a 4-3-3, my favourite formation. So Wan-Bissaka, then we're going to go back centre backs to obviously Lindelof and Maguire. Left back I'd love to still see Williams.
I think Williams.
I don't think Shaw.
No,
good to see him back, but I still think Williams is good.
I think Shaw might just be on the bench.
That's it.
So Williams starts.
And then in the midfield, I think he's going to stick with Fred. I don't think McTominy is going to start. He could be on the bench.
Could be, but he could also start.
That's it. So, sure, I'd love to see McTominy start, but I'm going to go...
Let's say McTominay's fit. Let's say he's 100%, he's ready to start.
Then I'm starting McTominy any day. Then I'm going to go Pereira and James, and then my front two, Martial and Rashford.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think I can argue against that.
Just a safe starting 11.
Yeah, I think Ollie's going to go with a 4-2-3-1. So your back four in goals, Fred and McTominay in the CDM, Pereira in the cam role, and then James, Rashford and Martial the front three.
Sure he's not going to play 3 at the back, Jack?
Hopefully not. We should not be playing 3 at the back against Aston Villa. Let's be real, they're going to be fighting relegation the whole season.
Yeah, whole season, definitely.
If we're not beating teams like this at Old Trafford, let me emphasize at Old Trafford, a home game, I think the Brighton game, they were higher in the table than us at that stage when we played them, so they thought, they could rock up to Old Trafford and bully us, but it was the exact opposites. We could have scored 6 or 7 that game. It will be interesting to see how Aston Villa set up. Are they going to set up on the counter? Are they going to play deep, and it's going to be difficult for us to break them down, because we're not a team that can have 80% possession and break through teams. No, we have to be quick on the counter, all that. So it's going to be interesting to see how Aston Villa set up. If they set up deep and all that, it will be a difficult game. But if they come here like Brighton, I think they can score beat us comprehensively, then they'll have a big wake up call there. Brad, what is your predicted result for tomorrow's game?
I'm going in big this week, Jay. I think Ole's got to come out and he's got to just get over Thursday night. Boys refreshed. First team's had a break. So, I'm going with a bang on 4-0.
4-0?
I'm loving it. I'm seeing a big score tomorrow.
I'm going to half your deficit, so I'm going to go 2-0.
Alright, cool.
Goal
scorers?
I'm going to go Martial with a brace.
With a brace. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go Rashford with 2, Slabhead with 1, and Greenwood's going to come on and score his second Premier League goal.
But we've been saying Slabhead to score every week.
So every week I'm sticking with it until he scores, so just so I get it right.
We never get it right. Okay, alright, that's now, but we've got 3 games in 6 days.
Yeah. Fitness?
Villa at home, Spurs at home, and City away. So we're not travelling anywhere. It's all in Manchester. So we're not going anywhere. So I don't think fatigue. Traveling's good. There's no travelling
fatigue.
None of that stuff. Maybe fatigue in terms of fitness of the game and all that. There has to be a bit of rotation and all that.
It's going to be tough because you want to play.
You have to play your best.
Maybe tomorrow I think we could still be surprised with a few changes, because it is the smaller game of the 3. Because you obviously need your strongest team for City and Spurs.
Yeah,
but we could have Pogba coming back, so then that's either Fred or Pereira.
So to be honest, I wouldn't start McTominy. I'd rather keep him for Spurs.
Yeah.
But maybe let him come off the bench, get him some minutes.
10 minutes,
yeah,
so just to
20 minutes either.
check out and all that injury, whatever.
Exactly, just let him get into that game.
That's it.
Because there's a huge difference between training and actually match fit, you know.
That's it.
There's a big difference. But anyway, what are you expected out of these 3 games, Brad? There's 9 points on offer. What are you going to be happy with?
So I'd love to take all 9, but...
Yeah, obviously, but realistically.
I think we're going to settle on about 7 points. I see a draw coming.
Ooh, so you say 2 wins and a draw.
I think we still got Spurs. I think they're definitely breakable. I mean, you saw them going.
They've already conceded 4 goals in the 2 games under Mourinho.
That's it. So
defensively,
City, you're going to see a different.
We pitch up for those games, though. We pitch up for
Liverpool. I don't understand. So maybe the draws tomorrow, and we got 2 big wins. So.
That's also true.
Yeah, I mean, these small teams we battle against. I just don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm going with 7 points in yourself, Jack.
I think 6. I think we'll lose to City, if I'm being honest. So I think we should win tomorrow. I think we can beat Spurs, but City, I think they're just different. They're just in a different league.
Yeah,
to us at the moment.
Well, we hold to flipping Liverpool, which we should have won, so could see 3 points. So. But you never know what team turns up on a day for City, for Man United, for Villa.
But we're playing at the Etihad.
That's it.
You know,
so
if it was at Old Trafford, I can see us getting us a draw there, but I don't see. But anyway, I mean, that's
exciting 6 days ahead, that's for sure.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting.
Action packed.
Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, for all your latest Manchester United news. Hit us with your predicted 11, your score prediction for tomorrow's game against Aston Villa. Brad, any final words for tomorrow?
I think let's just go and hit those 4 goals and on to Thursday night. I think we play
Wednesday
night.
That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go for it. All right, that's us from here.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.